Welcome to the Moms on Your Feed podcast. I'm Carissia,
And I'm Whitney.
and we are the Moms on Your Feed. So, Whitney, I know that you went to a prom send off lately, and we've been seeing a lot of them on social media. The girls look like they're going to not the Grammys, but some kind of
The
the Met
gala.
Gala, the
Right.
Met Gala.
Mhm.
So, what are your thoughts? I know you had some thoughts around since you
I,
went. Wise.
yeah, I actually I love the dresses. Like I feel
Mhm.
like they're very like some of them are getting a little I feel like now that they're getting made, they're starting to look a little like sometimes cheap. But
Mm,
um I love that they are like I think about every woman isn't going to have a wedding.
mhm,
This is like literally the one time where you might have that you can wear $1,000 gown
mhm.
and be feel like $1,000,000. So to kind of like not do that for your child because it's like, well, this is just too much. Da, da, da. This is a wedding. What if they don't have a wedding? What if this is literally their only moment to feel like a princess or, you know, the center of attention. So I like
Mhm.
it. And too, like it does put things in perspective. I know I kind of mentioned it to you about we assume we have another day. And that goes
Yeah.
back to like if they have a wedding. We assume that it's gonna be another special occasion, another birthday
Mhm.
or whatever. It's gonna be
Mhm.
another one. But it might not. So like let's celebrate people when there's a moment. And if that's them crip walking across the backyard and having a nice car or whatever, like why not? It's just one of them things like, don't go in debt for it, which people do. And it's your baby if that's what you want to do.
Mhm.
But it's definitely, that's a whole nother conversation about like just making wise financial decisions for them to mirror. But yeah, I like it. I think the girls look really good. The guys' outfits, I don't know. I ain't really feeling the guys. Like I don't like the short pants. They like I don't like the sequins and stuff on their jackets. Like my
Yeah.
cousin, he looked so nice. He wore like a black suit or tuxedo, like he looked so nice, like so classy. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the very like flamboyant suits for
Mhm.
the guys. Like I don't know, and I get it. Like if I have a daughter, so I don't have that issue.
Mhm.
But maybe if I had a son, I'd be like, "This your day too." Do you remember last year the one he wore a lion mask? Do you remember that? It was like a Beauty and the Beast.
I didn't see that at all.
I have to send it to you, girl. Yes, it was Beauty and the Beast, and she was beautiful, and he wore a lion mask, and I said,
Wow.
but it was theme. I guess that was like the school's theme. That guy,
Okay.
not my son.
Yeah.
But they say he didn't keep it on the whole time. It was just like a but still,
Yeah, I can see that.
it wouldn't have been one picture of my son with no mask on.
I would rather they have a theme than everything be like just wear your best. I think a theme would be great. I feel like it would keep I don't know, because thinking of how, everybody has social media. So you can get on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok for free. But so you see all these things, your kids see all these things. What if you, as the parent, don't have it? Like you really don't have it. You can only maybe go to JC Penney's and find a dress. And JC Penney have some nice dresses, but let's say you can't rent a Ferrari for your child and you can't have the sprinklers, the sparklers. And, I feel like it's great for those who can do it, but how much is too much, you know?
I
And
mean,
really, if people get married, because I think homecoming, they have of high school, they have it every year. It's kind of the same. I think they might dress a little, the girls' dresses might be a little shorter, but
homecoming is more like getting used to like after five, like a cocktail, more like not after five, but like more cocktaily type of
Mhm.
situation. Prom is like the gala. It's like
Okay.
it's a different aesthetic, different energy.
Hmm.
But do you think that I should have to tone down what I want to do for my child because someone can't do it for theirs?
Um, I wouldn't say you would have to tone it down. I do think that it's adding more pressure to the
Yeah.
parents who can't. And if the parents feel that and the child know that their parents can't do it, the child is gonna feel it too. And it does kind of add to me, it can add to like the classism almost, you know.
Yeah.
Um so that's the only thing, for people, even people DIY, that can become expensive if you do everything,
No,
you got to get all the tools.
I
So
remember.
while I think it's a great time, I've seen some beautiful dresses. I do think, like you were saying, some of them look, did you say risque more?
Like inexpensive, cheap
Oh,
because they're
cheap. Yeah. I feel
like
like,
now we have not them making themselves, but a lot of people are going to people to get them made, and they're just not doing a great job.
oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, I think I've only seen really nice ones. Maybe one has been, to me, was a bit too revealing. And sometimes I do think that they're getting into that territory because they're still kids. Like some of them might be 18, but I do think that some of the dresses are showing a bit too much,
Yeah.
you know.
What you said about like some people can't do it. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that conversation being centered around uniforms? Like that's why they start
Mhm.
making parents like put kid. That's why they start putting kids in uniforms because
Mhm.
everyone couldn't afford like designer clothes, and
Mhm.
it became like an issue where, oh, my outfit is this, your outfit is that.
Yeah.
But then you know what happened? They start buying designer
J-
uniforms.
Oh.
So so it's just one of them things like you have I don't like I think at the end of the day you have to do your best, and then it has usually, but a lot of, I guess I don't know, because I would say a lot of times the people in your circle are usually around similar economic situations as you. So
Mhm.
usually you don't have a child that's a non-millionaire going to a school with a lot of millionaires, or a child that has like a, but you do have some
Yeah.
people who will not pay the rent to do a big prom send off, or you have other
Yeah.
parents that say absolutely not.
Right.
And I think that, unfortunately, the child might feel it, and you might, and I feel like a lot of times even we have more issues over it than what they do. But at the end of the day, that's life. And as in
Mhm.
adulthood, we have that same experience. We talked about it here. I'm in the insurance field where, as an African American woman in the insurance field, when there are women who are equal in career as me, they tend to be a lot more flashier, a lot more, they have the nicer bags and things like that. And I'm just
Mhm.
not there yet. And for
Mhm.
me, it's okay. Like I'm just not there yet. And I remember my first room I walked in and I did kind of like shrivel up a little bit, like, oh wow, just a moment. But then I said, no,
Mhm.
it's fine. Like I am not there yet. And I think that's important to have those experiences sometimes earlier in life, because when you're gonna have them, like you're not gonna
Mhm.
always, even if you're doing really well, even if you can afford a designer bag, you might be in a room with someone who has a plane or whatever it is. It's
Mhm.
gonna always be someone that could be a little higher than you. So
Mhm.
it's just a conversation. Like, I know prom, I know how everybody get down. Let's plan 2 years in advance. Let's start breaking this down. Let's see what this looks like for us. Let's be realistic. Maybe we
Mhm.
can look at some of the girls from last year on TikTok and see what they wore. And maybe you can start DMing them and asking them if they're willing to sell you their dress. Because you don't know
Mhm.
that they're in a whole different state. Like we just at that point maybe have to become a little more creative to get them
Mhm.
what we desire for them to have. But I definitely don't like the idea of limiting people who can or desire to, because others
Mhm. I don't think I would limit them. I just think, I don't know, maybe if we kept it off social media. I
can't. But
mean,
that's hard to
really.
do, girl.
No, it's not. I mean, it's everybody is used to announcing everything and showing everything, especially our highlights. Like, people say all the time, social media is the highlight reel, and that's absolutely true. Um, but I was just thinking that maybe that would keep some of it. And then as the parent, you would have to be really strong in your mindset to say 2 years prior, hey, let's start looking, you know, because if my child came to me sad face, like, oh, well, mom, if I can't do this or whatever, that would make me feel away. Or even if I just knew myself, like I would love to give my child the kind of send off, but if I can't, then I can't. And then there's graduation party. I feel like there are other opportunities to, like I was telling you, to do something like that if they didn't go to prom. But I don't know. And when it comes to the boy, I don't mind boys dressing. I like a stylish man, you know. I like
A little
I like
flashy.
I like a little flashy. Yeah. I'm not gonna say a whole lot, but I do like a little flashy. Have you seen the Instagram, or it might have been somewhere with, it was a wedding. It was a husband and a wife, and the husband's suit jacket had his back out with rhinestones, and it was a silver
Yes.
jacket.
Yes.
That I was like, the comments were like, "Who gonna tell her?"
Listen, that's all nobody needs to tell her she is a blind. She don't want to know. Ain't nobody got to tell her. She don't want to know. Come on now, she don't want to know. Ain't nobody got to tell her. That's crazy.
That's a lot. That's even his term was just like, it was real pivot.
That probably was a skit. Nowadays.
I like seeing people's prom pictures and send offs. Some of them, I do kind of look at the outside of the house, and
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, yeah,
Yes. I agree with that. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why
it's
are we
just,
picking up a kid in a Ferrari in a projects? Like,
yeah, yeah,
what?
it's given
But at the
struggle.
end of the day, like that, look, that was that mom's priority. She said,
Yeah,
we haven't been able to show up for the last 18 years. This year, I'm taking my whole income tax and I'm renting
yeah,
out the room.
right.
And you know what? At the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want to do. So
Yeah,
that's a whole nother podcast where we talk
yeah,
about financial literacy and
right.
responsibility and things like that. But yeah, it's definitely interesting when you don't do, or even like that was a big one last year. Like, are they graduating from high school? Like, you're doing a prom send off, but they're
Yeah,
barely graduating. They haven't gotten into one college. They have no plans. They're like, they didn't do nothing they were supposed to do all through this
yeah.
last 4 years. But they having the biggest prom send offs that you could. I guess they felt like we ain't know we was gonna make it here. I'm happy. Let me send them off good because I ain't doing nothing else after this.
Right. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have questions you would like for, or a topic that you would like for us to discuss on the Moms on Your Feet podcast, definitely send us a note. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop it in the comments. You can find me on all social media platforms under It's Caricia. And what about you, Whitney?
You can find me at Whitney Tompkins on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. And we are the Moms on Your Feed. Have a good night.